Good morning, JAGs. Today on JAG TV, we will visit the theater department before their fall Shakespearean production opens.
And we'll visit the newest addition to the B Wing, the new band hall.
This is JAG TV.
Studio 126 on campus. This is JAG TV.
On Thursday, September 19th at 7:15 p.m., there will be a band parent meeting in the cafeteria.
There will be a pep rally this Friday, September 20th at 8:15 a.m. in the courtyard before the JAGs take on the Reagan Rattlers this weekend.
On Monday, September 23rd, in the auditorium from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., there will be a freshman-sophomore parent night.
Also, just a reminder that students may only visit the library during Flex if they receive a Flex Pass from the library that morning.
Theater is presenting William Shakespeare's Titus Andronicus on October 3rd through 5th at 7 p.m. and October 6th at 2 p.m. in the auditorium. Tickets are only $10, and here are Javi and Eduardo with the theater season preview.
Theater will be presenting another one of Shakespeare's masterpieces. This year, they are adding a Tarantino twist.
Titus Andronicus is at its heart about a man put through the extremes of human condition. He comes back from war, and everyone wants to make him king, emperor, and he says, no, that's fine. You make this other person emperor, and then all these things start to cycle and happen because of that decision.
The actors and crews have been preparing for the past month, with auditions concluding the second week of school.
We have been in rehearsals since the first week after we had auditions, and we have been building the set as we've been going along. We have our first build day this Saturday, and we will be preparing the costumes and the lighting. It's a very lighting heavy show. We're doing it in a very modern style, so there's lots of lighting effects that will be added in.
As the play's run approaches, the cast and crew have been working closely together to make sure everything's ready by opening night.
In order to help out the cast, I basically help with making sure all of them are there on time and things like that. I'll also, whenever we have a big group thing, I make sure all of them are on track with what they're doing, making sure everyone stays on task so that the whole show can run better.
And the crew's making sure that the play is different than any of their previous productions.
I'm excited to see how the audience reacts, because I think it'll be interesting just to see everyone's interpretations of what we put out there.
The show is October 3rd through 6th, and tickets are $10 general admission.
For JAG TV, I'm Javier Juarez.
Around last spring, Johnson started the construction of a new addition to the building. And now, after months of anticipation, it is finally completed. Next up, we have Ethan and Talia on the next band hall.
The band was welcomed back on campus this year with a new space for practice. For the largest student organization on campus, this new addition couldn't come soon enough.
I feel like the new band hall has given us more space to be able to rehearse better and more efficiently. The other instructors in the B Wing, the other activities, choir and theater and orchestra have been very generous in allowing us to use their rooms over the last couple years. But obviously, we've not always been the best neighbors with people out in the hallways as we've gotten bigger and just trying to find space. So having this space lets us spread out. It lets the kids have more room to be able to practice and feel like we don't pose as much of a disruption to the other fine art.
For students used to practicing in the hallways, the new band hall offers not only more space for practice, but more space for lockers and storage.
I started playing in the band as soon as, actually, I started my 6th grade year in middle school, and I went all the way until right now. I play the trombone and the guitar, the electric guitar for jazz. It's changed a lot because, one, you get a nice clean atmosphere, that band hall is really old, and two, we get 80 new lockers for the 400 people coming in.
The new space is large enough to allow the band to practice out of the heat and even has field markings for rehearsal. For band members, this space means even more than just a relief from the heat.
My favorite part of band is the friendships I've made and all the lasting memories from the band trips. The new band hall has enabled us to expand and hold more members.
For JAG TV, this is Talia Pimienta.
Johnson is implementing stronger consequences for being late to class. Here's Tanner and Caleb with more information on Tardy Sweep.
This year, tardy sweeps are back, but wider consequences have been put in place to help make sure students are working to get to class on time. Math teacher Ismael Rodriguez is one of the teachers who helps organize the tardy sweeping efforts.
The consequences of being tardy are a lunch detention. So after 7 tardies, you get a 20-minute lunch detention. After 14, you get a full lunch detention. And after 21, you get a 2-day Saturday schools. And at 28, you get a referral to ISS.
So the biggest change this year is that 21 tardies will result in Saturday school. So if you're late to 7 classes in 3 days, you just earned some Saturday school.
For one, when you leave your class, you want to socialize. You could socialize while you're walking. Also be mindful that part of being on time is being respectful. It's being mindful that there's a class going to be starting, and it's nice to get the class started on time.
And of course, students are still hoping to find a more forgiving tardy policy.
Tardy sweeps could be improved if maybe there was like a forgiveness policy on your first tardy. That way, if you're a good kid and you're not trying to be tardy, like they don't punish you immediately.
From JAG TV, this has been Tanner Garbin and Caleb Coleman.
What's up, Jags? This week on JAG Sports, we'll see how the Jags did against the Rattlers on the court and how we did it against the Unicorns on the field. This is JAG Sports. The Jags played Reagan this Friday, and while we didn't come back victorious, it shows a lot of potential for the season. The Rattlers beat the Jags in 3 sets and will play each other again on October 8th. Friday night, the Jags played the Unicorns, and it definitely wasn't magical. The end score was 28-21, but this Friday is the game we've all been waiting for. Johnson versus Reagan. Come out to support at Heroes for the district opener and wear your Galaxy-themed shirts. That's all for JAG Sports. See you next time, Jags.
Johnson, we are calling on you to help NEISD fill the McKinney-Ventos Homeless Project's food pantry.
All food donated will go to the NEISD pantry for NEISD families.
The food drive is September 16th to September 21st.
We will be collecting canned soups, pastas, vegetables, fruits, meat, cereal, and peanut butter at the donation bins around campus.
Students that bring 2 cans of food to a home middle school game, sub-varsity game on campus, and/or the varsity football game can enter the game for free. Let's tackle hunger.
Once again, Nick Cavazos brings us Hey SA with a look at off-campus news and events.
In case you haven't been paying attention, here's what's happening in the Alamo City. Pictures of SeaWorld's newest attraction, the Stingray, are out. You can ride the fastest wooden roller coaster in Texas coming 2020. Designer toy maker Aaron Moreno opened up a shop in San Antonio called Form Gallery. The Majestic Theater announced a new lineup to celebrate turning 90 this fall. You can check time and dates on their website. That's all for this week, Jags. See you next time.
This year, in order to cut costs and be environmentally aware, progress reports will be digital. Is it a step in the right direction? Here's more.
This year, all the high schools in the district are going paperless for progress reports, allowing the district to stop printing the 30,000 pages they would need to print every 3 weeks to run the report.
There's quite a few reasons. One is, there's a lot of students that already look at their student access in class, keep up with things, so it's not anything real new.
Administration hopes that having the reports digitally accessible will make checking grades more efficient for students.
Grades are typically turned in on a Monday afternoon, and within 48 hours they have been downloaded and put into the student access system.
Students and parents have access to that immediately, so the grades are always current, they're always up to date, so they're not ever going to feel like they're missing out on how their students are doing or what's going on in the classroom if they're keeping up with that.
Besides being time efficient, this new system is also environmentally friendly.
I think that paperless progress reports are a great idea. It's a good move in the right direction because I think any opportunity we have to reduce our paper usage and consumption on campus is a very good thing for the environment.
I think that's good because we're not wasting as many resources for something that could be done easily with the technology that we have now.
To most students, it seems to be a very effective system.
In my experience in the past, students would sometimes leave their progress reports behind in class. I would see them throw them away. They wouldn't even actually take them home and give them to their parents. So this is an opportunity for students and parents to still have access to that information. They're just not getting a physical paper copy.
I think it'll be easier for me to look at it now that it's online. It's more accessible for me to just go on my phone and see it rather than have it handed it to me and everything.
Parents can still request a paper copy. For JAG TV, this is Macaslan Sparrow.
And with homecoming approaching, tickets are now on sale. Here's Preston and Katie telling us all you need to know for the event.
It's less than a month before the Jags take on the Brahmas for the annual homecoming football game. And if you want to go to this year's homecoming dance, here's some information you need to know.
So starting September 23rd, that's a Monday, you can buy the tickets for $25 at all 3 lunches in the Jag Shack. But then it's going to start going up on October 4th to $30, and then at the entrance of the day of the dance, it'll be $35. By that, we're decorating it. We're using the outside and the inside this year, but we're not going to be using the gyms. So we'll have a smaller area, but more area to decorate. If you want to bring a guest from another school, you have to ask for the form at the Jag Shack when you purchase a ticket, and we'll have you fill out a few things for information. And then at the dance, you have to present your school ID.
Homecoming nominations will be taking place on September 24th during Flex. For JAG TV, this has been Katie Peters.
That's all for this week, Jags.
I'm Preston.
And I'm Angie. And we will see you back here in Studio 126 for more JAG news.